Emily Spiegel here, bringing you my Girlfriend's Guru podcast, Talk, Travel, Transformation. If you peel back a butterfly's wings for them, they cannot fly on their own. I will be that person here next to you, guiding you through your caterpillar stage, to your cocoon stage, and finally to your butterfly stage, where you can be inspired and find your wings and fly. It has been my heart's deepest desire to curate my transformational experiences for all my wonderful girlfriends, because when I find something I love, the thing I love even more is sharing it with another girlfriend. Friends, happy holidays! As this year comes to a close, we begin to celebrate the, quote, most wonderful time of year. I absolutely love the holiday season, Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa. I love the delight of celebration and the joy and wonderment of miracles. This is the time of year where there's a shift in energy towards the lightness of air and a softness in being as we turn our hearts towards the season of love and joy. But I do know in my heart, for some, this is just not the case. You might want to be joyous in your heart, but you just can't get yourself there. For me, when my mom passed away, the first Christmas afterwards, I felt the exact same way. It was like someone was stepping on my chest and I couldn't even breathe. And I know and I understand that 2020 hasn't been an easy one for sure. As this year comes to a close, there might be a lingering feeling of grief over what did or didn't happen this year and what will or will not happen going forwards. And this is exactly why it is on my heart to share just such a beautiful meditation that was passed along to me by one of my teachers. I'm going to walk you through a 6-minute meditation that you can do throughout this next month that will help support you in the expansion of the frontiers of your heart, allowing us to embrace life's journey with a greater sense of lightness and a more open attitude towards ourselves and others, so that we can truly reflect our natural state of true being. This meditation, it's a wind meditation with a supporting hand mudra, cultivates a healthy balance of giving and receiving. The name of the hand mudra is Vaya Mudra, which means gesture of the wind for activating the air element. Vaya, it's spelled V-A-Y-U. Vayu means wind. And when we think of the element of air, we reflect on its essential qualities, including lightness, mobility, gracefulness, and sensitivity. For example, when there is excessive movement within our minds, we become unfocused and hyperactive. When air element is deficient, the mind becomes dull and lethargic. When air is balanced, thoughts and feelings arise and pass away easily, leaving us with a mind that is light and free. The air element is also related to our sense of touch, which in turn, it naturally expands our sense of interconnectedness. When this is harmonized, it's experienced as a natural balance of giving and receiving. The air element is also responsible for the movement of the circulation of the blood and our nerve impulses. So, as we practice this meditation, the heart chakra at the center of our chest is awakened. This heart chakra is the seat of universal love and compassion and balance that allows us to touch and be touched by life and all of its experiences with just a great sense of sensitivity. And when we awaken and balance this air element within our bodies, we're going to enhance enthusiasm, and this is going to be so helpful in the treatment of depression. And I do hope that you're going to find it as a tool, just like I did, to experience a greater lightness and ease, and it allows you to journey forth through this holiday season with just a little bit more love and a little bit more grace. So let's begin. First, bend the index finger of each hand down to touch the rounded mounds just below the base of the thumbs. Next, use the thumbs to gently secure the index fingers in place by wrapping them around. Extend the little, the ring, and the middle fingers straight out. Rest the backs of the hands on the thighs or the knees, and relax your shoulders up, back, and down with the spine naturally aligned. And as you hold Vaya Mudra, begin to take several deep breaths to attune to all the sensations and feelings awakened by this gesture. With each inhalation, sense the expanding rib cage expand evenly, and with each exhaling breath, allow your chest, side ribs, and upper back to soften and relax completely. Take several such breaths to notice how the alternating expansion and release begins to cultivate a lightness and ease throughout your entire being. To enhance the sense of lightness and ease, you begin to embark on a journey to an area of snow-covered peaks. As you begin your journey, your trail is naturally framed by wildflowers and tall trees. As you walk along the path, your face is caressed by soft and gentle breezes. The sky is clear and blue, and in the distance a mountain range stretches endlessly across the horizon, which brings forth a sense of openness that allows you to breathe more deeply and freely. With this sense of freedom in your breath, you become more sensitive to the beauty that surrounds you. Wildflowers wave gracefully, the white clouds float gently by, and the sun's rays warm your entire being. In harmony with these surroundings, you have a deeper connection to all of the natural world, sensing your breath as a natural breath of both giving and receiving. It's like an ongoing conversation with the entire web of creation. And as your journey takes you higher, the air around you becomes light and fresh and clear. Soon you arrive at a meadow with butterflies gently floating in the mountain air. A soft breeze invites you to sit. Take in this most beautiful scenery, a landscape of valleys, fields, and farmland. Off in the distance, a panoramic view of snow-covered peaks. All of these things invite you to a place of lightness of being. Continue to take several deepening breaths to absorb and integrate this lightness of being into every cell of your body. Witness the flow of breath within all of your thoughts and feelings. This lightness begins to radiate and permeate your entire being, and it allows your heart to open naturally so you can embrace life with joy and delight. Take this moment to affirm in your mind's eye the following affirmation. With lightness of being, I open my heart to embracing my life's journey. Let's do it together silently or aloud 3 more times. With lightness of being, I open my heart to embracing my life's journey. With lightness of being, I open my heart to embracing my life's journey. With lightness of being, I open my heart to embracing my life's journey. Slowly and gently, butterfly open those eyes and begin to release the hand gesture. And just take this moment to take several breaths as you harmonize and integrate the sense of lightness that was invoked by invoking the air element. How do you feel, my friends? Did you notice how the hand mudra directed the breath and awareness into the entire rib cage, and it really expanded your breath capacity? You know, as I said before, when the air element is balanced in your body, it supports a healthy nervous system. And this is a great meditation that you can use anytime for a mildly energizing effect. So energetically, it's like a good cup of coffee, girlfriends, that moves the current of energy upwards, and it balances the fourth chakra, our center, our heart center for unconditional love. And hopefully, as we cultivate a lighter, more open attitude towards ourselves, we begin to feel the same way about others and all the areas of our life, and we can cultivate a healthy balance between giving and receiving within all of our relationships. I started this podcast talking about my mother, and one of my favorite memories of her was that she was a green thumb. And one of the favorite things that she grew as houseplants were African violets. She had several in her kitchen windowsill, and she was always taking cuttings and successfully dividing and repotting them and giving them as gifts to friends. And I had not thought about my mom's violets in a while, because it's now been several years since she's passed. But one of my dearest friends just had a birthday, and I gave her one of these beautiful indoor houseplants. And my original reasoning was just, this is a great time of year to bring a little nature indoors. It gives us some, a good boost and cheer throughout the winter months. But I'm all about color therapy, and the violet color, the violet symbolizes loyalty, devotion, and faithfulness, which certainly epitomizes the long-lasting friendship that I had with the friend who I gave the violet to. But I was also thinking of a story that one of my former podcast guests, Dr. Carrie Ritchie, started to tell me about when we were driving down to the podcast studio, and I meant to mention it at that podcast, and then we just got on to other things. But she had a friend who gave violets to those who needed healing or just a little lift. And this friend of her always gave violets with the instruction to the receivers that they should take 3 leaf clippings from the plant and place them in water and allow them to root. Then once rooted, the plant, then you put these little rooted plants into soil and you pass along to 3 other friends that need lifting up. And, this tradition really touched my heart. So I did a little bit more research on violets, and I found out that in spring, violets can be easily divided and successfully repotted. And there's all kinds of YouTube videos out there on this. So you can totally look that up. And I'm going to put some information on my website as a blog post. But going back to the color therapy, violet is the color of imagination and spirituality, and it stimulates the imagination and inspires high ideals. So in terms of color, the violet color represents future, imagination, and dreams. And spiritually, it soothes emotions and increases our psychic ability and spiritual enlightenment. But yet, we all know that those beautiful African violets hold firmly to the ground. So violet is also, it's the Christmas season. Violet is the ancient royal color, and therefore it is a symbol of the sovereignty of Christ. So it makes a wonderful holiday gift. And, I encourage everybody, give them as gifts and play forward that tradition of spreading joy threefold. Violets are very, very easy houseplants to take care of. And I don't know if you know this, but they can have a lifespan of up to 50 years. So, again, when I was watching these YouTube videos of how to do the cuttings, it struck a chord in me that you take the cuttings from the center of the plant. Thus, you're giving away from the heart of the plant, yet the violet remains whole. This is the same spiritual concept that I'm striving to do myself. I'm trying to get to a place where I feel like I have enough, and then I can give from a heartfelt place with joy and gratitude. So This is a lot of good stuff, so I'm going to encourage everyone to pick up an African violet and start spreading some joy. Keep doing this via mudra meditation. And if this podcast resonates with you, share it with 3 friends as a virtual violet if you don't have confidence in your green thumbness. But, I'm going to encourage everyone. I always try to give a few tools for transformation. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and this meditation. And if you did, please take a moment to share your comments and hit subscribe so you can receive early access to new episodes. And with that, I just want to say the light in me sees and honors that light within you. Together, let's find our wings and fly. Namaste, girlfriends, and have a beautiful week. Thank you for listening. I hope today's episode has filled you with love and light. It is always my goal of every podcast to touch your heart and help you transform in some way. And if you are like me, when you find something you love, the thing you love even more is sharing it with another girlfriend. To follow and download this podcast, go to girlfriendsguru.com as well as iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Join the Girlfriends Guru game by subscribing to my website, girlfriendsguru.com. You'll automatically receive not only my latest podcast, but free yoga and meditation videos delivered right to your inbox. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram at Girlfriends Guru. The light in me sees and honors the light lit within you. Together, let's find our wings and fly. Namaste, girlfriends.